Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to my first official video of my podcast. This is Soft Girl, Strong World. I just wanted to introduce myself as well. My name is Brianna Alvarado, and I am the host of this podcast. I have created this podcast because I am stepping into my soft girl era. Finally stepping into my feminine, which I'm super, super, super excited about. Like, this is a whole new me, but there's a lot that has gotten me here. So, on this podcast, I basically want this space to be about exploring yourself, your true identity, being vulnerable, and being okay with anything that has brought you to where you are today. I think that's super important to embrace everything that you've been through in the past and just growth and choosing faith every single time, even when you don't know where life is heading. On this podcast, we're basically going to talk about things that probably people don't want to talk about. We're going to talk about things that are going to be uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's going to basically be around some real conversations, growth, choosing yourself, relationships, healing, and choosing God above everything. Because my spirituality has gotten me to where I am today. That's for another episode. This is basically about understanding that life has happened for you and not to you. And this is something that I have learned lately. I think allowing yourself to let go of control as well. This is for you. This is the type of environment that I'm trying to create for our community. People who have maybe felt alone, felt like they didn't belong, navigating life, not understanding where things are heading, trying to control everything, but things just don't turn out their way. And just kind of understanding that everything happens for a purpose and everything is happening for you, not against you. I'm also Latina as well, and I want to create that community for us too. I want us to be vulnerable because we grow up thinking that we can't do that because that makes us weak. Like, we're not supposed to show our emotions, you know? This is a community for us too where you can feel safe and you can feel heard. I basically want to talk about every single thing that has gotten me to this moment of where I am today. I want this to be for every single person, whether you have already evolved in life, whether you are someone who is going through it right now, whether you moved, you started over, you're struggling in life, you want to start over, you don't know how to do it, you're struggling with your spirituality, having faith in hard times, like understanding that you're never, ever, ever, ever alone. This is for you. This is for us. Like, that's the type of community that I want to create here. And I want it for the girls. Look, it's for everyone, but for me, it's for the girls that were told that you got to stay quiet. You can't say these things. You have to act a certain way. I grew up trying to be masculine my entire life. Now that I'm stepping into this soft girl era, which I like to say, man, it is such a beautiful thing. And like, I wish that I knew this before, and I want other women to understand that you don't have to be in your masculine all the time, and you don't have to act like you know everything, or you don't have emotions, or you can't talk about the way that you feel because it's weak, or you're gonna come off a certain way. No, you absolutely can. Okay, you absolutely can, and this is a space that I want to create for that. I want to create a space where it's okay to be vulnerable, and vulnerability is your strength. It is your strength. That's the community that I want to create. People who understand what it's like going through all of these things. On this podcast, I will also be having some other people as well joining me. And they're just going to be people that I'm going to be able to learn from, grow from. We vice versa with each other. It's interesting to hear other people's stories too, and not just myself. I also want whoever it is that watches this too to always chime in. You know, I have my email. You can DM me. You can send me messages. Like, I want to know what you guys want to hear too. I want to know about your stories as well and what you guys have been through too. I want to build something here that is solid, like a community where you can come and talk and you can be yourself and not care about what anyone has to say. Like, oh my God, I did not want to, this podcast was in my notes for years, like, and I did not go through it because I was so scared of what people would think about me. I was scared of what I looked like. Oh, people would judge me, the way that I looked, the way that I sounded, maybe, I don't know, literally everything in the book. And it's like, you could never be perfect. So why just let it go? Like, give into who you really are. And I've lived my life trying to be perfection for everyone else. I lived my life trying to be like everyone in my family and everyone, like, for validation. And it didn't get me far. And I had to go through really bad things, like hard things, in order to be like where I am today. I've had to learn. So right now in this era, I'm living in Australia and I am stepping into my soft girl era. Okay. Living in Australia is a big one. I'm originally from New York. Man, being here, I was so isolated. I thought I thought that I have experienced isolation in my past. Mm-mm. This was isolation to a whole other level. And let me tell you something, being Latina and being in Australia and coming this far from your home, if you know, you know. Okay, it was very hard. Just that isolation of being uncomfortable, the transition, like being here is incredible. I moved to Australia because I had nothing going for myself in the United States. I was a flight attendant. I was miserable. And everyone was like, oh, that must be such a cool job. And no, it was cool, but I knew that it wasn't my purpose. I knew that I've always wanted to do this. I've always just put things in front of me to not do it. And I should have never done that because I've just delayed myself. I just feel like I've delayed myself. But I was lost back home. I was so lost. Like, I had no clue where I was heading, and I didn't know where to look. Like, I would look for validation, like, oh yeah, I'm going to move to Australia, like waiting for people to tell me, like, oh, that's so cool. Like, you're going to move there. Is it really on the inside? I didn't feel like that. I felt like I was doing something really wrong. And I felt like I was moving and leaving my family, doing things that were not right. Like, I had this major guilt of moving and, like, what was I doing? But I didn't care. I moved anyway. I did it anyway because I said, God, if you're putting this in my life, it's for a purpose. And that's what I believed in. And I will swear, like, I will solely believe in this my entire life. If the idea is there and it's presenting itself to you, you can either take it or not. And at that moment, I had nothing to lose because I had absolutely nothing going for myself. I came here. I did not have a community. I did not know anyone, and especially did not know anyone that was Latino. I'm Hispanic, Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Salvadorian. And man, our community is huge. Like in New York and Brooklyn, I'm from Brooklyn, so our community is like, man, we know everybody on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know everybody on the block. But it was more of like a wow, like, I'm extremely isolated. I'm extremely far. I'm very much by myself. But I think it was a good thing. I think it was a good thing. I've been put in a lot of situations where I thought I was going to give up and I didn't. And I pushed through. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And this is why I want to create this podcast because I want people to not give up. I want people to keep pushing, even when they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, or maybe it's like blurred, but they can't. When I stopped becoming the victim of my own story, I feel like that's when everything started coming into place. And when I started moving with love, that's when everything started solidifying. And it was beautiful, like, and it still is, like, I'm still experiencing it. And I never would have thought that I would be here talking to you guys and having so much support from everyone that, that has been supporting me through this. And it's honestly beautiful. Like, girl, we're making something happen here. But yeah, it's honestly amazing. And look, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. There's so many more things that I want to say, and I want other people to share, and I want to learn, and I want to just navigate this life that is so particularly odd. There's so many things that, man, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but faith keeps us going. We keep going. Relationships don't break us. We keep going. We fall in love again and again. If you're someone who's going through a transition like this too, if you're feeling alone, this makes you feel less alone. And this makes you feel like, shit, well, if she could do it, I can do it. Because I wish that someone had like told me this and guided me through all of this. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm becoming very much okay with being vulnerable about myself and my stories and me being in Australia. This is fucking huge. This is huge. Like, yeah, I'm breaking a tradition here. If you are someone that is in the era of becoming your feminine, vulnerable, strong, independent woman or person, whatever, and you're ready to be vulnerable and be in a space where you can let things flow, then you're in the right place. And this is for you.